Hello viewers, welcome to Bethelmatics Academy. So in this video, I want to introduce you to bearing and distances. So what is bearing? Bearing is an angular measurement of direction, starting from the north in a clockwise direction. For you to understand bearing properly, you have to first of all understand what we call a compass and compass direction. Compass actually looks like the instrument beside me on your screen. Compass is an instrument mostly used by sailors and pilots to navigate their way in the air and on the sea. It is used to measure angular directions. For you to understand bearing and distances very well, you have to understand what is compass directions. So the compass direction has 4 cardinal points: the north, the south, the east, and the west. When an object is found somewhere around this region, we call this region northeast. And when an object is found around this region, we call this region southeast. When an object is found around this region, we call this region southwest. And when an object is found within this region, we call this region northwest. So having understood compass directions, we can now proceed to learn about compass bearings. Now, before you answer this question, I want you to first of all understand this. This is your cardinal points, your north, your south, your east, and your west. When you are asked to find a bearing of a point from another point, the from is your starting position. Let's assume that object is found in this point. Let's call this point Y, and let's call this point X. When an object is found in the northeast direction, compass bearing measurement must start from the north towards the east. So this is our angle in this case. When an object is found in the northwest direction, a compass bearing measurement must begin from the north towards the west, and this is our angle theta. When an object is found in the southeast direction, then the compass bearing measurement must begin from the south towards the east, and this is our angle theta. And when the point of interest is in the southwest direction, our compass bearing must begin from the south towards the west. So this is our theta. In question number 1, we are asked to find the compass bearing of A from B. So the bearing of A from B simply means that the object is at A, but we are starting to measure the compass bearing from B. Since the object is in the northeast direction, and then remember, if an object is in the northeast direction, we take our measurement from the north. From the north, the angle between the north and the object is 62 degrees. Then our compass bearing of A from B is north 62 degrees east. So it simply means that the object is between north and east. And if you are taking your compass bearing starting from the north, you just have to go from the north 62 degrees towards the east, and you will get the location of the object. So let's take example number 2. Okay, in example 2, we're asked to find the compass bearing of A from B. Remember, for an object in the northeast direction, our compass bearing must be taken from the north towards the object. But they have given us the angle between the object and the east. So we must find the angle between the northward direction and the object. Of course, from the north to the east is 90 degrees. So if here is 27 degrees, then it means that from the north to the object will be 90 minus 27 degrees. So therefore, the compass bearing of A from B is north 90 minus 27 degrees east. So this is north 63 degrees east. It will be wrong for you to tell us that your answer is north 27 degrees east. So this is wrong. Why? Because compass bearing measurement for objects in the northeast is taken from the north towards the object. So if they gave you from the object to the east, you have to find the complement value of 27. That is to say 90 degree minus 27 to get what is supposed to be here. Okay, let's take another example. Okay, so this is example number 3. The location in this question is in the southwest direction. For any object in the southwest direction, we must take our measurement from the south towards the object. So the compass bearing of A from B is, so in this case, since the angle they gave us is the angle between the south and the object, so that is the correct answer. The answer is south 43 degree west. So the angle here is very correct and well placed, well positioned. So there is nothing to modify here. So the answer is just south 43 degree west. So let's take example number 4. Okay, look at question number 4. We are asked to find the compass bearing of A from B. Okay, here the angle where it was positioned is not a compass bearing value yet, because for a compass bearing value for angle in the southwest must be the angle between the south and the object. Of course, from south to west is 90 degree. So for us to get what is the compass bearing, it's this very angle. This very angle. That is the compass bearing value for this object. So, of course, if this is 57 degree, for us to get this value, we are going to do 90 minus 57 degree. That will give us south 33 degree west. So this is our compass bearing for this location. So I believe that with these 4 examples we have solved under compass bearings, you have understood compass bearing. So now the next thing I want to show you under this topic is 3-figure bearings. How to find 3-figure bearings. Now in 3-figure bearings, all measurement must start from the north. Unlike in compass bearing, where you can start from the north or the south, depending on the location of the problem. But here, all problem must begin from the north, and we must take our measurement in a clockwise direction. That is this way. All measurement must be taken in a clockwise direction, starting from the north. All answers must be left as 3 digits, 3 figures. That is to say, in the case whereby you have a 2-digit as your answer, let's say you have 42 as your answer, 42 degree as your answer, all you need to do to make it a 3-figure is to put 0 here behind the 42, and that becomes 042 degree as your answer. But if your answer is a 3 digit, let's say you got 143 as your answer, is already a 3-figure, so there is no modification to be made here. Only when you have a 2-digit or a 1-digit. If you have 4 as your answer, 4 degree as your answer, all you need to do is to put 2 zeros behind it. So this is 004 degree. Your answers are left as 3 figures in 3-figure bearings. Remember, all measurement must be taken from the north in a clockwise direction. So let's find the solution to this question. This question asks, is asking for us to find the bearing of y from x. So this is y from x, and this is the point. So we begin, this is the north, this is a straight line, and the angle on a straight line from here to here, the angle from here to here is 180 degrees. So since they've given us from here to be 39 degrees, then from here to here is going to be 180 minus 39 degrees. The bearing of y from x is 180 degree minus 39 degree. So this is equal to 180 minus 39 will give us 141 degree, 141 degree. So that is the measurement from north towards the object, it is 141 degree. So let's take another example. We're asked to find the bearing of y from x. Remember, all measurement must be taken from the north, and then we rotate in a clockwise direction towards y. Okay, so this is the north of x. So from the angle of interest is actually this angle. That is the angle we need. And you know that the angle around the circle is 360 degrees. So therefore, the bearing of y from x is going to be, then our answer is going to be 360 minus 192 degrees. 360 degrees minus 192 degrees. So this will give us 168 degrees. Let's take another example. So in this question, we are asked to find the bearing of y from x. To solve this type of problem, you must remember that if these are parallel lines, then a line that runs across parallel lines is called transversal. And if this is a transversal, the angle here, if the angle here is x, of course the angle here is still equal to what? X. This is what we call alternate angles. So to solve this problem, I'm going to construct just, I want to make it look like a parallel lines, and then I'll have this transversal well drawn out. So just extend this line this way, extend this line this way, extend this one, extend this one. So it's now looking like two parallel lines with one transversal. Remember, we are looking for the angle between the north in a clockwise direction till this point. Of course, this is from here till here is a straight line, and it is 180 degree angle on a straight line. But from here to here is something as this angle, which is 73 degree, reason being alternate angles. So therefore the bearing of y from x will be 180 plus 73 degree. That is 180 plus 73 degree, and this will give us 253 degree. So this is the answer for this question. The bearing of y from x is 253 degree. Also, if you're asked to find the bearing of x from y, of course this is our y, this is our x. So the bearing of x from y is just, this is the north of our y. Just turn to this place, which is 73 degree, and you go to x. So if you are DP, you are asked to find the bearing of x from y, our answer is going to be 073 degree. Let's take another example. So in this question, we are asked to find the bearing of A, B, C, and D from x. All reading must start in the north in a clockwise direction. So the first one we want to solve for is the bearing of A from x. So let's go. So from the north towards A is just 41 degree. So the answer is 041 degree. Number two, we are asked to find the bearing of B from x. Of course, you know that from north to south is 180 degree. So it means we have to get the value of this angle, which is angle AXB, this very angle here. Once we know what the angle is, it means that the bearing of B from x will just be this angle plus this angle. Because since this angle plus this angle plus this angle is 180 degree, so to get this missing angle, we are going to just do 180 degree minus, in bracket, this angle plus this angle. So we'll say both angle AXB is equal to 180 degree minus, in bracket, this angle plus this angle, that is 41 degree plus 54 degree. So this will give us 180 degree minus 95 degree. So this is equal to 85 degree. So this missing value is 85 degree. So therefore, the bearing of B from X. So therefore, the bearing of B from X will be this angle plus this angle, which is 85 degree, will be 41 degree plus 85 degree. So this will give us 126 degree. 126 degree. So number 3, we are asked to find the bearing of C from X. So this is C from X. Remember, we are going to start from the north to measure. So from the north to the south is 180 degree, and then the angle between the south and C is just 23 degrees. So we are going to do 180 degree plus 23 degree. So therefore, the bearing of C from X is 180 degree plus 23 degree. That is this 23 degree. And this will give us 203 degree. That is 203 degree. That is the measurement of C from X. Just go from north towards C. Now the final one is the bearing of D from X. So the bearing of D from X, to get the bearing of D from X, remember, we'll go from the north and then go around until we meet D. Of course, if here is 77 degree, and remember that when you go around a complete revolution, that is 360 degree. So if here is 77 degree, to get the bearing of D from X, we just do 360 degree minus 77 degree. So permit me to write it here in this little space. So the bearing of X, D from X, is going to be 360 degree minus 77 degree. So this will give us 283 degree. So that is the value for the bearing of D from X. So this is the foundational explanations of problems on bearings. So I believe you must have found this video very, very useful. If you have been following with all that I've been doing so far, drop me a comment below in the comment box. If you have a question for me, drop it for me in the comment box and I'm going to answer you sooner or later. Do well to hit the subscription button, turn on your notification bell, because more educative content is going to be dropping on this channel. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.